Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. This is not my normal content, but I wanted to talk to you about descaling a Breville Barista espresso maker. You might have one of these that's silver. They come in silver and black, exact same machine, just different thing on the top. I actually like the black better. You'll know when it's about time when your clean descale light comes on steady, and then when it starts blinking, it's like, hey, now it's really time. So the first question is, why the heck do you need to descale your coffee maker? The reason you need to is because water has basic minerals in it, not acidic basic, like basic, that kind of basic. Anyway, and what happens is it calcifies on all of the pipes and things like that inside the machine. And if you don't get rid of it, you get gunk in there, it makes the pressure get low, it can make it taste funky and all sorts of other things. So you definitely want to get rid of the scaling when you have a chance. Breville recommends just pouring one of these into the container of water. I will show you how to do that. Don't do that yet if you're watching this. They recommend that. You can also very, very easily just use equal parts of white vinegar and warm water. So you don't have to go crazy and buy these things. All you need is some sort of acid based thing. This is acetic acid, which is basically vinegar. It's just in a powdered form. So you're going to mix this. You're going to mix 1 liter of water together with this, or again, equal parts white vinegar and water. And it very conveniently in the tank here, I'm going to take the tank off. Right here, you can see there's a descale thing. So I'm going to empty this water out because this is just regular water. Because the first thing you need to do is make sure that your water filter is not in there. That will mess it up. So take that out, dump this water out. You're going to want to fill this with warm water. Actually, the best thing to do is to just use a pitcher and mix the warm water, whisk it together with this. Again, if you have white vinegar, you can just mix equal parts of that. So it'd be about half a liter of white vinegar, half a liter of hot water. All right, so the easiest way to do this, instead of having to measure it out, you can use a cup measure and stuff, is you can just fill it up to this line, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then dump this into this lovely pink pitcher, classic Tupperware. And then, of course, open up your container, or again, you can put equal parts of vinegar in there. Dump this in to the container. You can see this is just like powdered stuff. Then just get a spoon, mix it around a little bit, and then we can pour it back in our container right here. So again, you want to use warm water because it'll just work a little bit better if you have warm as opposed to cold. Remember to rinse this guy out because otherwise it'll taste kind of funky. Then we're just going to put this back onto the machine, which by the way I love. Okay, so it's powered on right now. The first thing we need to do is we need to turn it off because we can't get it into descale mode. And then before we start it back up again, we're going to get a container to put under here because we're going to drain water through here, which is the main extractor. We're going to drain it through the steam wand and also through the water pour spout, the hot water pour spout. So we just need something kind of big and flat to put it in, so just a sec. All right, so this should be good. You should probably use glass as opposed to plastic because the water that comes out of here will be very hot. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold the 2-shot button down and then push the power button and keep holding it until everything comes on, okay? And then to start this, all we have to do is press the button that is lit up, which is the single shot one. And what will happen first is we'll get drained from this thing, and it's gonna start to drain the water that's in the tank that has the acid solution in it, and that will, of course, cause it to descale. And so this runs for about 20-25 seconds or so, and then it will stop. So hold on. Okay, and when it stops, move the steam wand, or you could have done this ahead of time. Anyway, move the steam wand in here and rotate this knob on the right towards you, to the front. And then the steam wand will go, and this is about 12 or 13 seconds, very loud. And then when that stops, we're going to rotate the same knob towards the back and get the hot water coming out of there. So it does all the tubes. It goes through all of them. This is only about 8 or 9 seconds. Okay, so that's it. And then we're going to rotate this back up again. And you can probably see here it's a little bit discolored. Not too bad. It smells like vinegar. So we just empty that out and then push this button again. And you'll see that some of the water has come out of the tank, and we're just going to do this maybe 3 times until the water is almost gone. So we push the button again, and what we get is a long drain out of the main thing. Again, this is where your You would extract your coffee. And by the way, folks, if you're interested, I've been roasting my own coffee for about 20 years. If you want to know how to roast your own coffee, let me know in the comments. I'll do a video. It's actually really easy and saves a lot of money in the end, and you get really good fresh coffee. So let me know if you're interested. Anyway, so this thing's draining, draining, draining. Takes 25 seconds or so. Then we rotate this knob forward. We get it coming out of the steam wand. And then when that stops, we just rotate it to the back. And it comes out of the hot water spout. All right, and then one more time for good measure. So I'm going to dump this out and fire it up one more time. So remember to turn this right straight up and down, and then when this button is lit, we'll do it one more time. And then we have to rinse it, so don't forget to rinse it, because otherwise you're going to have some funky tasting coffee for a little while. So we may have actually run out, so it may actually finish up. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we'll go ahead, and now we're going to dump this out. We're going to fill this up with fresh cold water. So again, make sure that you dump this out, whatever's remaining, and make sure you rinse it a couple of times before you fill it up. Alrighty, so this time we're going to fill it up to the full fill line, which is 2 liters here. I think I did just a little bit less than that, and this is cold water this time. So we just go ahead and put this back on again, and of course we get this guy, put the steam wand in here, and we're going to push the button again, and now it's going to do the same thing with the full amount. It'll take about 5 cycles through, but you'll see it had to get the suction started back up again. There it goes. Okay, so it'll be about 5 cycles for it to get through all of these things, but again, it's the main spout, then you turn it forward to do the steam wand, then you turn it backwards to do the hot water spout, and do it 5 times until it drains out again. All right, so when it finishes up everything, make sure that you put your water filter back in again. Just put that in. Fill this up. I prefer to use filtered water because it makes the descale light not come on for a long time. I've had this for 6 or 7 months, and this is the first time I've had to descale it, so I think filtered water works better. Anyway, when you get done, you fill this up, you put it in, you turn it on, and I will show you that the descale light turns off. Let me fill this up quick. All right, so now let's turn it on, the moment of truth. So yeah, it's going to take a minute because it had run through all the stuff, but there you go. So it's heating up, but clean. We're good. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about that, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.